China is monitoring lockdowns with drones that squeak out orders with speakers. Watch this. This is like weird.
各位居民请注意了啊！各位居民请注意了啊！今日中午12点至晚间12点，小区进行封控管理。
How would you like to wake up in the morning and some drone flying through your neighborhood saying this, yelling out this house, and it has a nagging woman's voice on top of that? What the? Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
And belated Merry Christmas. Man, your stomach fat now. What happened?
Christmas happened with Thanksgiving.
Look like you're pregnant. You're more pregnant than she is. How did that happen? I have with me Reverend Ann Heyman, pastor of St. Paul Presbyterian Church in Los Angeles, California, and the Religious Coalition for Reproductive Choice. What is a feminist?
What is a feminist? Feminist is a woman-identified woman.
So you're a part of the Feminist Agenda Network. Mm-hmm. What is the purpose of that organization?
Well, actually, it's a group of Presbyterian women. We read books together, we study together, we meet.
Are you different than the National Organization of Women Who Hate Men? Are you the same kind of feminist?
I'm a member of, or I was a member of now, and
Really?
I don't believe hating men is their goal.
No, the National Organization of Women hate men. They hate the unborn.
There are men who are members of now.
But they're weak. Those are girly men. A real man would never be a part of a feminist
Okay, now you tell me what a
organization.
real man is.
Male who love God with all his heart, soul, and might, along with nothing else.
I have a master's degree in feminist spirituality.
Feminist spirituality.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about men? How do you see men?
I like men.
What do you like about them? Uh-huh. We now have it where men feel like a woman or a woman feel like a man and they want to use whatever bathroom or shower of their choice. Is that right for this confused person to be able to do that?
Well, I think we're probably the ones that are confused, but I don't really spend a lot of time thinking about that.
Is it right for them to be able to do that?
Absolutely.
And why?
Well, it's what they're most comfortable with.
Would you want to take a shower with some guy who decides that he feels like a woman, and there you are in the shower, and he walk into and just take off his clothes and get in there with you? What do you teach at your church?
I teach them the truth.
What is the truth?
Well, that's a good question, and that's going to be my sermon this Sunday. I just read an article in the LA Times last week about racism, and the white people that were polled said that there wasn't really a racism problem, and the black people who were polled said that there was a racism problem. Now, who's speaking the truth there?
The white folks.
I'm a white folk, and I don't believe that racism isn't a problem.
There's no such thing as racism.
Well, that doesn't, just because it's a cultural construct doesn't mean it doesn't exist.
No, it doesn't exist.
No, really.
Do you believe racism?
You're a black man, and you're going to sit here and tell me that racism doesn't exist.
And I grew up on a plantation down in Alabama under the Jim Crow laws. Racism does not exist. It's a lie. Do you disagree with that?
Oh, please. I pastor an African American church. I see it daily.
Where's your proof that racism exists?
The proof is in the differences in their salaries.
In their salary? That's not true. I mean, people work at different levels and at different times, and they do different jobs, so that's not proof. Give me some real proof here.
I have women in my congregation who are caregivers.
Right.
And they are paid less than the women of other races, other colors that work for the same agency.
Okay, so I pay my black employees more than I do my white ones.
Good for you.
Is that racism?
I'm not sure what that is.
Why not?
Racism is a power differential.
I'm discriminating against my white employees. I'm paying my black people, and my white employees are better
So
workers.
it is discrimination.
Is
There's
that
no doubt about
racism?
it, but I'm not sure it's racism
Why not?
because the white folks still call the shots.
But I'm calling the shot.
Well,
The
and
shots.
if you want
I'm
to
calling the
discriminate in
shot.
that manner, I don't know that anybody would ever stop you.
Is it racism?
No.
But why, if the white man does it, it's racism, but if I do it, it's not?
Well, white privilege is the answer.
But
to
I'm
that
privileged
question.
here. I own the company. I'm paying the salary.
But that doesn't necessarily give you the kind of privilege that a white man would have. In your
I have a
same
better
position.
privilege. I own the company.
All right. Good for you.
So why is it if the white man did it, it's racism? If I do it, it's not.
Because the privilege lies with my skin color, okay? Not with what I own or what I do.
Then why did you use that as an example then? Give me an example of racism. That's not an example then because I own the company. I'm black as the ace of spades. I'm discriminating against my white employees.
And that's not racism.
And it's not racism. But
No.
if my white counterpart did the exact same thing, it would be racism.
To black employees?
Right.
Yes,
That's
absolutely.
amazing. And that makes sense to you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you so much for coming. God bless you, all right?
Sure, and you too.
All right, thank you. All right. And thank you folks for tuning in. Tune in next time. When you put an outfit on a dog or a cat, you lost it. You need Jesus. Who were you closest to growing up, your father or your mother?
My mother.
Your mother.
We were like best friends.
Really?
Yeah.
Growing up, you were your mother's best friend.
I was like her surrogate husband.
Wow. Man. A new U.S. quarter featuring the late Maya Angelou went into circulation on Monday. The U.S. Mint announced they now have a quarter with this woman. Is she black? Well, she dead now. She dead, but she black. On her face is on the quarter. Maya Angelou face is on the quarter in the United States of America. Whoa. That is awful. It definitely doesn't look like almost like a white woman. Or maybe one of those women, like those women from Louisiana. But anyway, making the quote-unquote legendary poet and activist, the first black woman ever to appear on the coin. I thought they wanted to put that quote-unquote underlined railroad woman. I think they wanted to put her on $1 or something like that. Whatever her name is. Remember the woman they loved to mention? She was an underlined slave, helped the slave get away or something? Whatever, whoever she was, right? But Maya Angelou had the dumbest, nonsensical poem I ever heard. It had no meaning, no rhyme, no substance, no nothing. And they applauded for it. Oh, yeah, she's wonderful. And she would say something like, paraphrasing, and the mountain went up the hill, and the hill was dry. And I climbed the hill, and I came down, and it was osteo. And the people go, yes! I'm like, she didn't say anything. If I hired a black woman and she came in, hair neat and nice and combed and looked like she got sense, and then I hired her, and then a week or two later she come in with a fro, she getting fired.
See, well, that's where the discrimination comes in because you have hired her based on her appearance.
Yes.
But when you hire a person, you have to hire them based on their capability.
No.
I always wore my hair in a mohawk. I would come in with it dyed. Sometimes I would come in with it standing like straight up.
Wow.
When there was a
I bet
problem,
the white people like, what the? Have you ever dated a black woman?
Yes, of course. I dated everything. Yeah.
You dated everything?
Yeah.
Transgender too?
No. Everything that female. Yeah.
Oh, you also know Eminem?
Yeah.
You gotta admit he got issues. Now,
I'm not close friends with him.
and I was thinking about this. Now, I'm a grown man. And if I know that there's going to be a line there at the voting poll, I'm going to take my own water if I want water. I don't need someone to bring me water and treat me like a kid or a handicapped kid or something. I bring my own water, my own food. But they want to be able to sell barbecue sandwiches and everything right at the line, right? I was talking to a lady who was in our family, but she went to my school, and she was 1 grade ahead of me. And she was telling me, you know what? They call me Punchy.
Punchy?
You know, Punchy, when I think about you, and when we talk about you, we never imagined you'd be doing what you're doing. We just didn't know what you were going to turn out to be. I'm like, what the? Chris out of Fort Worth, Texas. Welcome to the show.
Mr. Jesse Lee Peterson, how are you, sir?
All is well, Chris. How are you? Thanks for asking.
All is well, sir. Thank you as well. It's an
Yes,
honor
sir.
and a pleasure to speak to you.
Thank you. That's it?
No.
Oh.
Did you say what my question is?
But you didn't answer the question first. You're angry at this woman, and you feel like you need to forgive her, but yet
Right.
you haven't told me what she did to you that made you feel like you need to forgive her. Any day now,
Yeah, right.
I will hear you say-
It's a profound question.
Tony, welcome to the show. You're on the air.
Good morning, Jesse. How are you today?
All is well, sir. How are you?
Okay, yeah. I see that shirt you had on, that Nike shirt.
Yes.
They do a great work for the black community and representing Black Lives Matter.
Right
So
on.
I
Well,
appreciate
most
you.
of the business are doing that nowadays. So right now, a man got to do what a man got to do, because
I heard that.
most of these companies are supporting evil now.
Well, I don't know about the evil, but they helping people to rise up here in America. that's a
What does
wonderful-
that mean? How they rising up?
Well, there's a lot of black businesses that are opening up. People are becoming entrepreneurs, having their own products and their inventions
And where is this happening?
across America.
Like where?
Everywhere, Jesse.
Like where?
Florida.
You just said
Texas.
Florida because a lot of people going to Florida. You don't know what you're talking about.
Come on, that Jesse. I mean, I can't give you individual names.
The only
People-
thing Black Lives Matter is doing is encouraging other black people to destroy, to rob,
destroy,
to steal.
to better themselves, to be able to have their own businesses and become entrepreneurs. That is destroying themselves.
You just throw it out. One thing about you just throw out lies with no proof. Are you aware that you're doing that?
No, I'm definitely not aware of that.
Oh, well, you need to be
When I
aware of
call
that
you-
because you say
When I
things.
call you,
You say
I
things
have
with no
facts.
proof.
I have facts, sir.
Where are all these black businesses going up?
Go into Walmart and go into Target. You'll see products that are made by black folks. Toilet paper, dish detergent, washing powder. All these products are made from black folks.
How do you know that?
Because you do your once again.
No,
research.
how do you know that?
Research.
No, don't tell me the research, Maze. You made the statement, where to prove that toilet paper are made by black people.
Once again, if
And
you
they
look
do
up the
have
name on
black, they do have some black product like
Okay.
black hair stuff for
No,
afros, But where
They
do you
have-
prove that toilet paper is made by a black business owner?
All you have to do is look on the label, on the tape, on the product itself, and it will tell you who made this product.
So on the
That's my-
toilet paper, it tells you made by blacks.
No, it don't say made by black. It's made by this company.
It says
which is
made
owned
by
black.
black company.
Yeah. No, it don't have black company written on it. It has the name of the company. Then you research the name of the company to find out who is actually the owner of the company.
Give me one
Yes,
name of a black company that make toilet paper.
It's called Natural Higgins. That's dish detergent.
Natural what?
Higgins.
How you spell that?
No natural products in it. It's nothing with chemicals in it.
How you spell that?
Because I have these products myself.
How do you spell
I can put my
Higgins?
black folks. Higgs.
Amazing. Let me go to Pete, a first-time caller out of Kentucky. Pete, thank you for calling and thanks for holding. You're on the air.
Yeah, what's up, Jesse?
All is well, sir. How are you?
I'm good.
No man is good, but all is well.
Well, I am good, so.
You
yeah.
must be God.
No, I'm not God.
Only God is good. But this one bright day, I asked God, you know what? If you're real, let it rain right now. Let it rain. And it just started raining. Really, it really did. And I remember thinking, okay, that's cool. Should he be playing Pokemon at 30?
I don't think so. Like I said, appreciation is one thing. But yeah, I'm not sure about. And the same thing with Star Wars. If you're like dressing up, like you have like lightsaber toys or
Beta.
stuffed animals.
There are people who are afraid of people. They feel shy or scared in front of people because they're concerned about what the people think about them. You know that's ego. Just think about that. Just think about that. You're concerned of what others think about you. The next time you are concerned, go beat yourself. Really, beat yourself. Because you deserve a whooping. I got my son back because I let my son go. I realized I couldn't do it anymore. I was crazy. And once I let him go, he came back. Now I can't get rid of him. Oki is a first-time caller out of Canada. Oki, welcome to the show. You're on the air.
I heard you talking. You were talking about homeless people earlier.
Yes.
And it sounded like you were saying that all their problems are caused by drug use. Like 80% of homeless people, at least where I live, I'm in Toronto, they have like mental illness.
But mental illness is caused by anger. It's caused by people not overcoming their anger, so they're living in darkness and they're believing the lies of the thoughts. And then they get into alcohol and drugs to try to find some type of release to feel better about it. And they become addicted to whatever they make their god, so they end up on the streets. So mental illness doesn't just happen. You're not born that way.
From what I understand, there's like miswirings in the brain for people.
Whoever
there's
told
chemical imbalances.
Whoever told you that have miswiring in their brains, they're lying to you.
I see you discern right from wrong without being angry.
Because I don't have any. 32 years, you would think I'd be really ticked right now, right?
Yeah. You know, I live with my parents.
You live with your parents?
Yeah.
How old are you?
I'm 30.
What a beta. Francis Gant, a longtime firefighter in Lancaster County, posted on his personal account, "Dear police, stop responding to these black neighborhoods." Who in the country don't think that way? The unfortunate thing about this story is that Gant apologized after his post circulated.
I love my community. I love my people. and I'd do anything for any of them. And I didn't mean this to hurt them.
If I can turn back time, if I can find a way, I'll take back everything I said, and you'll stay. If I can turn back time, if I can find a way. Poor Gant. Licking boots. Hank is everywhere now. Hank is getting more interviews than Joe Biden. Come on, man. It's amazing to see the growth within Hank. Some of you don't realize Hank, when he first came to bar, there are no words to express the weakness. He is tentatively scheduled to be on the after party tomorrow afternoon with No White Guilt. Wow, that's a perfect title for him to be on there, for Hake. Because believe me, he has no white guilt. Zero. Amazing, man. You're on so many different shows now.
I know.
Oh, what a life.
Busy.
White privilege. I hear like a whining sound in my ear. Like this is a test, this is only a test kind of noise. Amazing. Let me go to Jason out of Buffalo, New York.
Yeah, like why do you attack black people like that? Like what is it
like what?
What is it about? You said like you proud of like a picture that dude showed of like
that's not
water fountains.
Right. The water fountain picture remind me of the good old days because when I was growing up down in Alabama, they were out there, right? We would go in different areas, and we would see the for colors only sign, for whites only.
That's a good thing. That's a good thing.
Right.
It wasn't it wasn't as many as black water fountains as like white water fountains.
That was
a black person in the.
Is that what was bad about it? You said there was were not enough black water fountains. How do you know that there were not enough of them?
I can't remember the dude's name, but it's like the what was the dude's name?
The dude said that there were not enough black water fountains, right?
I can't remember the name.
Well, don't worry about the name, but the dude said that, right?
Yeah, that was one. That's one.
Would you have been okay? And I don't believe that, but let's say that might be true. Would you have been okay if there were more black water fountains?
No.
Why not?
Because it shouldn't be separate water fountains. Why, like that separation? Like, you know why the separation of like the water fountains was still like that? That conservative black people are less than them. That slave mentality. Like, that's where that stuff comes from. That's where all that originated from.
If that's true, why are blacks today working overtime to be separated from white people?
How are you?
How about in some of these universities, they want black-only dormitories. They want black-only graduations. They want black-only study halls or whatever. If they want to be equal and one with white people and separation is bad, why are they working to be separated?
Black-only dormitories, I think that kind of like people that want to go to like that experience, that college experience, and if they feel like they feel more comfortable around their own people, I can see how you could want that. But
so either they want to be separated or they're not. They don't. Either it's a bad thing or it's a good thing. If white people wanted to be separated from the blacks and the blacks see it as a bad thing, why would they do what they didn't want white people to do? Why are they repeating? Why are they becoming like the people they hate?
They're not doing this. It's not the same thing.
So what's the difference between white people having their own little water fountain and black people having their own dormitories? What the?
I can the black want the experience thing. The water fountain, they were Lord.
Maybe white people wanted to experience white water fountains. What was wrong with
Nah,
that?
it wasn't
If
just-
black
it
people
wasn't
want to
just that, like,
experience black graduations, it's not an experience for them, it's racism. But for black people, it's an experience. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, it does. For the
Amazing.
simple fact.
That's like
but
amazing.
Can I explain myself?
Yeah, you can make an attempt.
Now, like Jim Crow laws had like the separation and all that. You got to think people coming like you don't see how like you say like the past don't affect the future.
Jason.
You just gonna say no to
Jason,
everything.
why don't you come out of the basement of your mother and smell the coffee? What's keeping you from getting out in the world and smelling the coffee?
You sit here every day. You tell people like in like the good old days, and it was like, but it
Tell
wasn't
me
good for
about the
everybody.
good old days.
Yeah, but you sit up here and like you lie, you give like that false like preset
Grandma,
that it was like all
Grandpa,
good back then.
Just imagine drinking out of a black water fountain. Does it sound like personal and amazing?
Nah, that doesn't sound personal and amazing. That sounds like I can't use that water fountain because I'm black, so they're gonna try to give me a water fountain over here that's probably gonna have like lead in the water and all that.
So if it's
That's
not
what that is.
personal and amazing, why do black people want the experience of having a black experience then with graduation and living in a black dorm? Why are they trying to get the black experience? I had the black experience, and it was amazing. How come black people try to get the black experience, as you said, if it's not amazing?
What would I call it? It's like
It's amazing,
journey.
Jason. It's more than amazing. It's miraculous.
It's not amazing.
It's wonderful. It's beyond what the mind can conceive or the heart can believe. It's more than amazing.
Staying in a black dorm is that, like that's not what that is. It's like it's like the experience, the camaraderie, the brotherhood, it's like
So the black people who want to be separated from the whites right now, they want the bonding, they want the camaraderie.
Some people probably want that. That's like
so you
probably
said
like what they.
So they want the black experience, right?
Yeah.
Well, I had the black experience, man. Drinking out of the black water fountain, it was an experience that was amazing. And that water was just that water was so good. Good. But Jason, come out of your mama's basement and go smell the coffee. Find out for yourself. Find out for yourself. Don't believe it just because some dude said it. You know what I mean? Thank you for your call, man. It was amazing. I do appreciate it.
Savage. King Cole. Savage. Beta. Savage. Savage. Beta. Savage. 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 Beta. Savage. 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 Beta. Savage. 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 Beta.
Get a job.
Yeah.
Get a job.
Get 2 jobs.
Just think about that. You're asking someone else, should I quit my job?
Mm-hmm.
How would they know? Praise the Lord. When you draw, don't you feel like you just love everybody? Have you ever been drunk and look like all of a sudden I love my enemy? I love this person that hate me. And then as soon as the drunkenness gone, you realize I still hate them.